right, ready to go? Any questions? I'm ready when y'all are.
What do you make between the kind of the sack disparity when, Derek has done a really nice job managing that, and the two younger quarterbacks that have been there, the numbers are a lot.
Well, I think it speaks really highly of Derek. I think it tells you how good of a decision maker he is, getting the ball out of his hand, and those young guys got a lot to learn, and our offensive line has to help those guys when they're playing in there too. So it's not all quarterback play; it's a group effort. But I think it speaks more to the player that Carr is.
What can the offensive line do to help a young quarterback like that?
Well, just they got to do their job. They don't have to worry about who's behind them. Just do our fundamentals, and we didn't get that done in the first half of the last game. We did a better job making adjustments, but not in the first.
Clint, what did you see in the growth from Spencer from the first 3 games to the second half last week?
I would just say it was just a comment on him. Was it just impressed with him to be able to come in the game and play the way he did with no practice reps, for multiple weeks with the ones, so to come in the game and handle a game plan and be able to call plays, not have any issues in the huddle and run the group, I thought showed a lot of maturity, a lot of growth from his previous starts.
What are the things Kendre's doing well, and what are some of the things you could do better? And what are you guys looking to see from him down the stretch?
Well, I think he's preparing better. I think him and Coach Foster have been joined at the hip, and Kendre has put more into his preparation, and the things that he can get better on will, probably more between him and I and Coach Foster, but just becoming a professional, being a pro and handling the things outside of running the ball, the alignments, the assignments, protection, all the things that, again, speak to the type of player that Alvin Kamara is. If you're, when you're a 3-down back and you can be in all situations, that's what you aspire to be, is to be trusted in all those downs, and he's working his way towards that.
We've talked to the players a lot about what they've liked playing under Coach Rizzi. Where has he made a difference or had an influence on you as a coordinator?
Well, number one, I would just say is just the feel that he gives to our assistant coaches and the players when he walks into a team meeting room and he runs the room, and the messages that he sends are just very impactful, and he has a great way about delivering them. It's something you probably got to feel to be around him to understand it, but I think he's just a genuine old-fashioned ball coach that does a heck of a job running the team.
Clint, what was Foster meant to the offense this year for the team in general?
Thanks for asking that question. I think that's a good question, and it's I think Foster has been tremendous. Our tight end room in general has been excellent, but I think Foster is a major leader on our offense, and whether he's blocking, whether he's catching the football, whether he's getting on a young guy at practice or getting on a coach at practice, I mean, he's going to hold you accountable, and he holds himself accountable. His demeanor, his temperament is what you want in a football player. It's what you want in a Saint, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be around him this season.
I imagine that stuff's important anytime, but especially when the team's going through what it's going through this year with a bunch of guys being hurt, to have the guy who's available and kind of consistently the same person every day. How much does that help?
Yeah, I think it gets overlooked a lot in football is your availability, and Foster is always available, and he's battled through a really tough injury in the off season. If you'd have told me in April he'd be where he is right now, I wouldn't have believed you, because he's rehabbing his tail off, and he's been through a lot, and he's an impressive individual. Thanks, guys.